We're always looking for that perfect phone, but let's be real, it doesn't exist. And when it comes to the iPhone, there's only a couple of choices, but when it comes to the Android side, there are a ton of choices, and there's always a couple of features that are deal breakers that make us think twice. Today, I'm gonna take a look at a phone that I think has the least amount of sacrifices for an Android flagship. Is this the perfect Android phone? This is the LG V20. Now, this is their follow-up to one of my favorite phones of last year, the LG V10. The presentation is beautiful here with the phone on the left side, the charging brick and cable here in the middle, and you also get a battery here on the right-hand side. I love awesome packaging, and this is one of my favorites, so let me tell you why I think this may be the perfect Android phone. The first thing is the hardware. The V20 is made of metal, and even though it feels light in the hand, it has a sturdy feel and the build quality is nice. What I like most is that with this button here, you can pop off the back metal plate, and now you have access to the removable 3,200 milliamp hour battery. Yes, I said a removable battery. That's pretty much a unicorn in today's smartphone standards. So what's great is you can just carry an extra battery with you, and you also get a micro SD card slot for cheap, easy expansion in addition to the 64 gigabytes that is built in internally, up to 256 gigabytes. You get a fingerprint scanner there on the back, which doubles as a power button, and I personally love the placement, and the NFC allows you to use mobile payment systems such as Android Pay. You get USB Type-C with Quick Charge 3.0, and you also get a headphone jack. Yep, LG is embracing the headphone jack with the inclusion of the world's first quad DAC, so high-res audio is a huge focus on the V20 with up to 32-bit and 192 kilohertz audio, so you can drive higher impedance headphones without carrying a separate DAC. And let me tell you that this is an audio lover's dream, and having this on board, I absolutely love it, and it's the best in the business. So no other phone sounds as good as this in terms of audio output. It can tell you if you need that extra boost or not by the headphones that you are using. It's hard to plug into another phone after this. The display is a large 5.7-inch Quad HD panel at 1440p resolution. The text is sharp, the colors pop, and the media looks great on this. While I wish it was an AMOLED display, it looks great, and I love watching my content on here. Above the display is a small secondary display for toggles and shortcuts, but my favorite part of this is when notifications come in, it does not take up your screen real estate, it just shows up on here instead, and to me, that is brilliant. Sometimes I do wish that it was maybe on the bottom of the phone, for I think it'd be easier to reach, but nevertheless, it's nice. The second thing is the software. It's one of the first phones to come to the market with the latest version of Android, version 7.0 Nougat. This means you're going to get top performance from the V20's quad-core Snapdragon 820 processor and 4 gigabytes of RAM, with better battery improvements, native split-screen support, new and easier to use and prioritize notifications, cleaner interface tweaks, better gaming performance with the support of the Vulkan API, and so much more. It is the best version of Android, so instead of you waiting for it to hit your phone, the V20 comes with it right out of the box, which is super nice. The third thing are the cameras. Dual camera systems are now becoming more mainstream, and even Apple has got into a dual camera system with the iPhone 7 Plus. But if you remember, LG was one of the first flagships to have actual dual cameras. The V20 uses the same setup as before, and of course with some improvements. So you get one 16 megapixel camera with f1.8 aperture, and then you get a secondary ultra-wide 8 megapixel camera with an f2.4 aperture that allows you to get so much more in the shot than any other camera on a phone right now. And even though there's some distortion like you would see on a GoPro, it is very handy, especially if you're in a tight spot and want to capture everything, or just having that choice. And if you don't need it, then you just use the regular camera. And it's easy to switch in between the two with just one tap at the top. The front-facing 5 megapixel camera also gives you the same feature of switching to a wide angle or a normal field of view. Now to me, the best thing about the cameras is the full manual controls that you get on photo and video. You get full control of the white balance, focus, exposure, ISO, and shutter speed. In my opinion, the video is where the V20 shines, for you have all of those controls while recording 4K video, and you even get focus peaking like you do on high-end DSLRs, where you can make sure that your manual focus is on point and you get those killer depth of field shots and focus pulls. You can even pick your bit rate and even control the direction of the levels of your audio. I mean, this is next level stuff. So is this the perfect Android phone? And on paper, it surely does, and it hits a lot of those marks on that checklist that people are looking for in a flagship device. It has a high-resolution screen, unique cameras with extensive manual modes, latest version of Android, a removable battery, Quick Charge 3.0, micro SD card slot, fast processor, MIL standard 810G certification for ruggedness. I mean, the list just goes on and on. While it's missing some features like dual front-facing speakers, wireless charging, and water resistance, I think this is the closest that we've ever gotten. I do need to spend more time with the V20, for this is a preview unit, so when I get my full production unit, then I can go ahead and do the full review, so make sure you stay tuned and subscribe for that. So what do you guys think of the LG V20? Is this the perfect Android phone? Are you gonna wait for something else to come out, or are you just gonna buy an iPhone? So let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you guys in the next one.